Hello you guys and welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and of course do make sure that you do share this video, guys. So this lady who now is a Christian details how monitoring spirits or familiar spirits are assigned to each and every family. You guys, she talks about how each and every family or household is assigned a monitoring spirit or a familiar spirit to know and study the history of that family, the history of a person, of a baby who is born, you guys. And he says that is how, basically Sangomas would acquire information regarding a certain family. She says that, when you go to consult these mediums or these sangomas, they will of course have information regarding your family because they are fed that information by a monitoring spirit or you know familiar spirits, because they are assigned to study history even from our great grandparents, which is how people are dubbed and fooled into believing that they actually have a calling. They do not have a calling, but rather they are told by a medium or a sangoma that maybe their grandfather has want them to become some sort of an inyanga. This is all because of a familiar spirit who knows your great grandfathers or your grandmother. You guys, so this lady details it very well. So let me not waste your time, but quickly insert the clip of her detailing everything. Before I do that, of course, do make sure that you do engage your thoughts with me in the comment section, and of course don't forget to share this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
When you are born, there are monitoring spirits, there are familiar spirits, that are designated to this child. So you are born, and then Satan brings his troop, and that will be the familiar spirits that will guard you. You understand? So when you go to these spiritists and you go to these mediums and you go to these other sources that are not Jesus, they will prophesy the truth. They will prophesy the truth because there is spirits guarding you and monitoring you. They know your every movement. They know what you do. They know who you do it with. They know you. They are guarding you. So of course, when the lady throws the bones and she says, your life is in a mess, you're in a rut. Yes, indeed, your life is like that because there are spirits that work and tell her also. She believes that she's prophesying, ancestors work with God. They don't work with God. If ancestors worked with God and God is holy, are your ancestors holy? Did they die living a holy life? Did they truly? Let us not speak because we love them and we want them to be our ancestors, but did they live a holy life? And does God need assistance from the dead? And I started to pray, and I would pray drunk, before I go to bed. I would ask God, I would say, I don't believe you exist. 3 consecutive nights. On the 3rd night, I went to bed. When I went to bed, my spirit left my body. It ascended up almost to the roof. And that was when I looked down and I thought, I'm dead. That was my first thought. I thought, I'm dead. Lightning speed, I was underwater. When I was underwater, the Lord is now behind me. He instructs me to start moving forward. Remember, I'm in the spirit right now. I start moving forward and I'm looking around in the water. I'm shocked. There is life underwater. There are buildings. There is life. I know that you are going to think that I'm lying. You're not going to understand this, but please hear me clearly. I will not lie about this because the Lord will punish me. There are roads, there are buildings, there is life. There are people underwater that are there to receive powers. And then the people that I saw also underwater were the traditional healers as well. He's instructing me to walk, I'm walking. I saw Leviathan, I saw a huge snake. You know the movie Anaconda? A snake like that. I saw it in the water. I was shocked. We continued to walk. I saw a mermaid. This mermaid, I couldn't believe it because I used to love my wigs. You know, I used to love my weaves. I was that girl. Like I said, I was the
Like a it girl.
I was, always looking good. I'll show you the picture, I see this mermaid, and this mermaid has hair, and the hair just moves off her head, and the new hair comes on her head again, and again, and again, a new one. And I thought, this is strange. What is happening? And I'm terrified at this moment because I don't know what is happening. Yet we get to the end of the water. When we get to the end, the Lord moves me supernaturally. Again, now I'm on the side. It's like a big road, broad road, explained in the Bible as well, the road to hell. He placed me on a road like that. And then he was on the other side, which was a narrow road. Tiny, tiny, tiny. You can't even think that someone can pass through that, And when I got there, he said, I will kill you. That's what the Lord said to me. I will kill you. Immediately in the spirit, I knew that the life I had lived, I knew it. No one had to tell me. I had lived a sinful life and I deserved to go to hell. Had I went to hell that day, I would not even hold it against God. Every single back to sender thing that I did, every single act of fornication, the drinking, none of that mattered anymore. It didn't matter. My life flashed before me and I thought, my family's going to find me lying in bed and they're going to think that I just died in my sleep. They're not going to know what is happening right now and what has happened. In the spirit, I started to repent. I repented. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my life. I'm so sorry for being such a disappointment. I had my second dream the same night. The second dream, now I am in a factory. It's almost like a factory. In the factory, there are demons, so deformed beings, and then there's also human beings. But these human beings appear to be zombies to me because they're just moving things around, but they don't really seem to be alive. They were packing things into boxes. So what they're packing into boxes, now I see it's trousers, it is makeup, it is the wigs, other things. It is the nail polish, the nails, the fake hair, all that stuff. And it's being packaged. And as they're packaging it, it is so fast. They are working so fast. The kingdom of darkness knows that their time is up. But the children of the Lord are fast asleep. They don't know Jesus is coming. Do you understand how serious this is? The kingdom of darkness is on its feet. Literally, they are working tirelessly day and night. But the children of the Lord are in sin. They are out there partying, drinking, fornicating, doing whatever they want to do. And I'm not condemning you. I want them to understand. I'm not condemning anyone. I'm speaking from love and from kindness. Repent. Turn from your ways and live. Because the only way that you can inherit the kingdom of light is if you are born again. You will never sit with the Lord if you are not born again. You must understand how much the Lord loves us. The Lord doesn't want that for us. Jesus is postponing his coming. He's postponing it because he wants everyone to repent. But it's so hard for people to repent because they don't want to turn from their life. They don't want to turn away from the cult that they're in. They know the church is a cult. If your church is selling water, oils, all those things, it is a cult. If it's selling salt, the church of the Lord is not a marketplace. And even when they're told, they don't want to hear that because this gospel that I'm preaching, it's not palatable to people because it forces you to face that mirror in your face and to say, you know what, I need to change. And people don't want to change. It's those things are too nice, but for now. And then what? I see these people boxing all these items. They're boxing the items. And then I understood, wow, these things come from the kingdom of darkness. The wigs, because I saw the mermaid with the hair, and that hair comes from there. It was being packaged. I realized that the worldly clothes, the ones I used to wear, the short mini skirts, all those things have been infiltrated into the world so that you can lust after women and women can be lustful as well. Do you understand? This body is the temple of the Lord.
True.
All right? I'm not supposed to be fornicating. The Lord has said that this body belongs to my husband. But I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to follow the rules that the Lord has given me. After that, I started evangelizing. I started by telling my family, listen, this is what I saw. 2 weeks later, Brother Enigma comes out. And he comes out and he starts speaking about all these, things that he's getting, the downloads he's getting from the Lord. And the similarities just shook me. I knew that, wow, what I saw, I didn't have doubts about it, but I knew that was my confirmation that, wow, the Lord truly loves me. He warned me, and he's helping me. He loves me, and that was when the fire of the Lord started. And I started to evangelize. I started to live for Christ. I burnt all those items, all those demonic items. I did not care anymore who they came from. You must understand, I did not buy them. Imagine living in a house. I'm living with you. You bought me the clothes. And now I must burn them. And you're going to know about it because I live with you, And I'm just adding that, not to bring anyone down, but I'm adding that to show people that don't focus on what the next person will say. Is the next person going to think I'm crazy if I burn my clothes? You know why you're burning them, so burn them. Do you want to die? Do you want to burn in hell? Because that's what's going to happen. Imagine being an angel. You've already acquired so much wisdom. Mm-hmm. You've already done it. You've made it. You're in heaven. And then Satan comes and has the ability to make you fall. So who are you on this earth when you think you cannot be deceived? You are walking around with worldly wisdom. And you think that that will apply in the spirit? I used to think that too. I thought I was so wise, I knew it all. Until I saw that life is spiritual and there are things that you do not know.